Good evening and welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here for the Brickyard 250 tonight with Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Money Series live here on LSRTV. Good evening, folks. I'm Sean Ambrose, and with me tonight in the other chair here is Aaron Hillebush making his debut with us tonight. And twisted and tweaking the dials here behind the scenes, Laura Lawson is our executive producer. And welcome everybody to the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway here on 16th Street here in Indianapolis, Indiana. This facility has been here forever, people. Opened in March 15th, 1909. This track has a lot of stories. A lot of famous drivers have been here. The names Foyt, Unser, Mears, NASCAR, Gordon, Earnhardt. Some of the real greats in all of motorsport have been here and have won here. And tonight we expect to see a exciting race with this crew. Looking forward to getting started here tonight. Real happy to be with you guys. And let's get going here. We've got 100 laps tonight around this 2.5 mile lap, 2.5 mile track. 250 miles tonight. We'll be running the Gen 6, the Chevy, the Ford, the Toyota. Real diverse field. We've got a big field tonight. Looks like we'll have about 23 drivers going off the starting grid. These drivers qualified on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday over the previous week, and the drivers got to finish in the top 12 of a qualifier to make the show on Sunday. This is a money race. There will be money earned tonight. I believe first place will pay out about $30, and it goes on down all the way to 18th place, getting $1 there. Second pays about $22.50, and third $17.50. So, this is a good chance to put a little money in your pocket, and bragging rights are at stake. This is Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I want to welcome our new person into the booth here tonight, Aaron Hillebush. Welcome aboard, Aaron. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing absolutely wonderful, Sean. It's great to be here live on LSRTV. Normally, my own personal work schedule doesn't allow me to get to watch these races. I happen to be off today. I heard CORA was coming to Indianapolis. I was really excited, really stoked to watch this event. And just a few hours ago, I found out not only would I be watching it, I would be up here in the booth live with you. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, the Sunday Money series is Cora's flagship series, and it's now running in its 5th season. This is the 13th race in the series. Again, drivers are required to qualify to get into this thing. And all the Sunday Money races right now are broadcast live on LSR TV. We're again real happy to be here tonight. We have some sponsors to acknowledge. Hurley Property Manage, a current sponsor of the series. Small Town Computers. Of course, iRacing.com, brought to you by TeamSpeak here. We're talking to you tonight. And Bark Competition Karting. So we can't forget our sponsors. I'm sure we'll talk about them again throughout the broadcast. Qualifying is underway. Right now, we've got just a couple minutes left. Right now, at the top of the grid, we've got Logan Clampett with a 47.426. Pretty tight field, separated by less than a second right now, first through 10th. So we should see an exciting race. This track presents many challenges. It's pretty flat, not a lot of banking here. There's really only one fast line around this place. And if you get down below that white line, you're going to be in trouble. You'll carry a lot of speed into these turns, but you got to roll out of it. You got to let the car settle in. If you don't, you're going to run up the track and into the wall. A lot of mechanical grip versus aero grip. So this is, again, a very tricky track. The corners are tight, cars will bunch up, and we expect to see a pretty exciting race tonight as these guys try to get around here for 100 laps. You'll get about somewhere between 30 and 35 laps in fuel. Your tires, this track is a bit of a cheese grater, so the tires will wear off. The flat surface does not promote a very healthy tire after about 15 to 20 laps. So you do want to take care of them. You don't want to drive her too hard into those turns. And, again, you're going to have to give a little space because these turns are tight. And it should, again, promote some pretty exciting racing. You'll probably be making most of your passes either in the middle of the turns or somewhere on the back stretch or the front stretch. So as we get ready to go here, qualifying got about 30 seconds left. And what are you looking forward to here tonight, my friend?
Oh, I think we're going to see a lot of excitement. I think we're going to see a lot of people trying to make that dive bomb move work. These are long, long straightaways. The draft will come into play here. And as you mentioned earlier, the turns are flat. The track is wide, but it's very deceiving. The preferred line, you use almost the entire racetrack, and the outside wall comes up in a hurry. So at the end of the straightaway, you're going to see cars make that move to the bottom to take that spot away. But coming off of 2 and coming off of 4, there's not a lot of room before you get up to that wall. So we're going to have to see, can you really make that pass work?
Yep, and you're absolutely right. Yeah, that is true. It is, again, tough to get around this place, Aaron, and that is a very, very good observation. All right, so we're getting ready to go here. Well, let's go ahead and read out the starting lineup for tonight's race. In first place, the number 1 car is on the pole. Logan Clampett will be leading us off tonight. In second, on the outside of the front row, Nathan Sedlak in the number 35 machine. On the second row, inside, in third place, the number 88 of Michael Churchma. In fourth, on the outside of the second row, the number 51 of Nicholas Doucette. In fifth, number 20, David Wink. In sixth, the 32 of Ryan Borges. In seventh, number 15 of Dominique Dyball. In eighth, the number 79, Joel Wood. In ninth, the number 40 of Dustin Loins. And the double lot, James Brown in 10th. Take it away.
Starting 11th tonight would be the 08 car of Dan Bailey. Outside him would be the 39 of Sal Accardi. Starting 13th tonight, the 01 car of John Pansula. Alongside him, the 81 of Colton Burke. Starting at 15th tonight, the 29 car of Dylan Ackhart. And alongside him in 16th is the 99 of Charles Starks. Starting 17th tonight, the 37 of Gordon Burke. And outside him is the 13 car of Stanley Kelly. 19th on the grid, the 50 car of Dustin Lee. And starting 20th, the 95 of Dale Atkins. He's the last car to turn in a qualifying time.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We've got a couple other cars there at the end of the grid. Here coming off 20th, the number 68 of Damon Gilbert. In 22nd, the 54 of Brandon Monsivais did not take a time. And Patrick Scahill closing out the field here in 23rd place, the number 60 car. And they are off and on their way, getting ready to make their way around this track, get set for the green flag. Just real quickly here, our winner last week was Sal Accardi in the number 39. Sal, a professional modified driver from Riverhead, New York, was last week's winner, and expect him to be fast here this week. He knows how to get around tight corners, and I expect him to be fast. Dan Bailey was our runner-up. David Wink in third place last week. Colton Burke fourth. And in fifth place, Damon Gilbert. Right now, the point standings are pretty tight. Got Nathan Sedlak there up top. Nicholas Doucette second. Ryan Borges there in third. George Bark in fourth. David Wink in fifth. All separated by about 179 points. So this could be there could be some championship point standings here at stake tonight, and I expect to see that come to fruition here before this race is over. So as we set the field here, going into turn 3, these guys are getting ready to go here. Got an exciting event tonight, and I'm really looking forward to getting started. Lights are out on the pace car, and everybody is ready. Head down the backstretch here. I'm sorry, as we're getting ready to come across the not getting ready to come across the line yet. We're going around the fourth turn right now. The front of the field is set. Logan Clampett chomping at the bit. Get those belts tightened. Get ready to go here. Nathan Sedlak settling down here on the outside, kind of just waiting for Logan to get on the pedal and go. The pace car is in, waiting for the green flag. Nathan waiting for Logan. Logan is on the gas and off, and we have started. Brickyard 250 is underway. Logan Clampett will take it into the first corner. The 35 of Nathan Sedlak just behind him. Michael Churchma in third. And Logan is off to a nice, clean start here. Gets all the way through turn 2. He is checking out on the field already. Nathan Sedlak again just behind him here, about 10 car lengths. Michael Churchman, Nicholas Doucette in the 51, David Wank in the 20. They're all coming down the backstretch here, and pretty smooth so far as they go here into turn 3. Not any trouble here with our top 5. They are looking pretty good, pretty clean. And we're coming out of 4, coming back here down the front stretch. Does look like Logan Clampett will lead the first lap of the race tonight, with Nathan Sedlak just behind him here. Michael Churchman trying to make a move on Sedlak, but can't do it right yet. Going to go ahead and settle in here and try and get through turn 1 again without any incident. How's it looking back there right now, Aaron?
Field's looking very well. They spaced out almost immediately on the start. These guys race with each other, almost each and every Sunday. They have a lot of respect for one another. They know, we got the 81 car came a little bit loose there off of turn 2. We gathered it up just fine. But he is going to lose at least one position. That's going to be the 01 of John Pensula is going to be taking that spot away going into turn 3.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Logan Clampett's still our leader. Check it out on the field just a little bit right now. Nathan Sedlak's falls about a second behind. Second here is an eternity. And again, the field settling in behind him. Again, it does look like these guys are showing a little bit of respect for each other and kind of just settling in and trying to do some racing. A nice green flag run would be a great way to start this race. Oh, and just a little bit of a bump there in the corner by the number 32 on the back of Nicholas Doucette's machine. And luckily there was no wreck there, but it was sure pretty close as we got a couple of cars wiggling there and just upset. But again, Logan Clampett is now about 20 cars ahead of Nathan Sedlak and off to a really, really good start here. Nathan doesn't have anybody behind him right now. David Wake's falling off just a little bit. Nice little run here between the 51, the 32, Nicholas Doucette, Ryan Borges, Dominique Dyball right there behind him. Again, a nice little battle there for 7th, 6th, 5th place right there. And we're off to, again, a great start here as we've already knocked out 4 laps. And before we know it, we'll be talking about green flag pit stops here, hopefully. What do you think, Aaron?
Well, they're going to have to get it sorted out a little bit better in the back first. Right around 15th position, Gordon Burke in the 37 car. He got a little loose a couple of laps ago, and he jammed up about 4 or 5 other cars behind him. Nobody was able to make the pass, but they ended up side by side for about a lap and a half, almost 3 wide coming off of 2. But they're now starting to sort it all back out, drop back in single file. But for just a moment there, it was looking pretty hairy.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching James Brown get around this track right now in the 00. James Brown right now doing a really good job and is already just over 5.5 seconds behind our leader, Logan Clampett, who seems to have a really, really good grip on this track, literally and figuratively. He is just flying right now, turning about 176 miles right into the turn there as he heads down the back stretch here. What a run he's having here to start this race. Off to a really good start. Nathan Sedlak again kind of off all by himself right now. He's got a second, just about a second ahead of David Wank. That's where that battle is back there. We've got Nicholas Doucette, Michael Churchman, Ryan Borges, Dominique Dyball, all right there running neck and neck. Sal Accardi not too far behind, as I mentioned there in the pre-race. Sal expecting to be fast and somewhere up here near the front. He's got a good run going. Nothing right now here challenging him except the car in front of him, Dominique Dyball, trying to make a move on her as Sal takes it to the inside, coming down the front stretch into 1. Sal takes that position from Dominique Dyball. Can he hold it? Dominique trying to get back under him. Not quite. Can't make the move yet. Sal's got a good line going to the turn. Dominique kind of in the inside. Almost gets up on the left rear quarter panel, but not quite. Going to sit there and tuck in behind. Might try to make a move here on the back stretch. A little bit of bump drafting going on. Nice little battle between those two, but who's going to get to the turn first? Well, it'll be Sal Accardi as he makes it through turn 3 on his way to turn 4. Still sitting here in 7th place. Move up the field here. See that Logan Clampett now coming across the start-finish line. And go back here on board with Dominique Dyball right now, fending off or trying to make this move here on Sal Accardi, and little bump drafting here as they come across the start-finish line. Dominique backs off a bit. Now we have a yellow flag out. Aaron, did you see it? What do we got?
I'm looking for it right now. Big track.
All right. Well, we've got a yellow flag right now, trying to sort it out and see what's happened here. But these guys are going to get a chance to settle down here. And will we see any pit stops here at this point? I think you probably will. Leaders might stay out, but if you're here towards the back, it doesn't hurt to come in, get 4 fresh tires and fuel at this point. Take advantage of that. You're not going to really suffer position-wise. I expect our leaders may stay out here, but the fact that we got off to a really good start, we could do anything here at this point. So we'll just see. Still looking for the wreck here. Not exactly sure what happened back there, but we'll find it and we'll get you up to date here as soon as we know who was affected by that. Again, off to a great. What you got, Aaron?
I still got nothing, Mo. So whoever turned it around got it going again real quick because there wasn't even too much smoke from it.
Okay, well, I'm hearing now that we've got Dan Bailey in the pits. Looks like Dan might have had a spin, and if that spin got him back up on the racing surface, then that's probably why we had a yellow flag. But it looks like everybody else is in pretty good shape here as we follow the leader, our leader, Logan Clampett here. Start the race, 8 laps in. Logan Clampett, your leader. Nathan Sedlak, the number 35, in second. In the 20, David Wank in third. Michael Churchman in the 88 is in fourth. Ryan Borges in fifth. Salacardi in sixth. Dominique Dyball in seventh there. Nice little battle between her and Sal. And Dustin Loynes in eighth. James Brown in ninth. And Nicholas Doucette rounds out the top 10 there. Nice run for everybody. This is going. The replay is up now here, and watching Dan Bailey. Right now, it looks like he just got a little bit out of shape there and couldn't hold on to it.
You see, you mentioned Nicholas Doucette. He has some damage on the rear of that car. It looks like the rear end's been pushed in pretty good. This would be an excellent opportunity for him to get down there, get that damage fixed, and get back into top form.
Yeah, it would be a good chance. Yeah, you know. And poor Dan it just looks like he might have got back to the throttle a little bit too soon there coming off the turn. And if you do that here, it's going to whip that car around and send you right into the inside wall. So Dan is going to get that fast repair and make his way back out. Looks like several other drivers have followed suit and made their way into the pits, including our leader. Everybody behind him. So everybody chose to come in. Brandon Monsivais decided to stay out, so 54 will take the lead of this thing. That could be Gordon Berkey took 2 tires. I'm hearing we got Gordon Berkey, so there is a little strategy being played out here so far. So people are jockeying for position as the field starts to make its way off pit road. Next time we come around to the start-finish line, I'll kind of give you a new rundown and kind of update you on where everybody's at right now. But this will pay off for some. There's a lot of racing left here, Aaron, so, you know, I don't know that strategy at this point is that big a deal, but, hey, every little bit helps when you're running 100 laps. The real important thing here is that you want to take care of the car, right, Aaron?
Yeah, exactly. You need a car to finish the race, and right now, lap 9, lap 10, the tire strategy might not be that important, but I think at the end of this race, how you set yourself up could be absolutely huge. 2 tires, 4 tires. The one thing I noticed on the start of this race, everyone spaced out fairly quickly. People could pass, but it wasn't like you're going to get 2 and 3 on a straightaway. You're taking it 1 car at a time, and you had to be patient. If you get down to 10, 12 laps to go, you're not going to have that luxury of patience anymore. You might have to take 2 tires for track position if in the event, you know, we have a late race caution, which, you know, could always happen.
It certainly could. Taking a look at Dan Bailey's car real quick. Dan did get that fast repair, but that spin, unfortunately, is looking like cost him 2 laps. So Dan's going to have a little bit of work to do to get back in this thing. But our new leader is Brandon Monsivais. Staying out, got him there up front. And, hey, let's face it, if you want to get around this track fast, out front in the clean air is where you want to be. Logan Clampett gives up that position by going in. He is now in second place. Nathan Sedlak right behind him in third. Ryan Borges in fourth. Michael Churchman in fifth. Gordon Burke now in sixth. Again, Gordon only took 2 tires. Joel Wood, and that certainly helped Gordon out. Gordon started in 17th place, has now managed to work himself all the way up to 6th. We've got Joel Wood in 7th. David Wank in 8th. 9th, Salacardi making his way up 3 spots. He started in 12th. And Dustin Loynes falls back from the 9th spot, starting position, back to 10th. That is your top 10. The lights are still on the pace car, which means we've got another circuit around here. And, we'll be going back to green here pretty shortly, but they're heading into 3 now and get ready to go back across the start-finish line. I expect the lights will be off on the pace car, and that'll give us 1 lap to go to green flag here. We should start this race back on lap 12. Still a long way to go and lots of racing to be done, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm wondering if some of these cars are in the back right now that already took a pit stop, if they're going to come down again and maybe just top off on that fuel. Pace laps around here are a long way, and depending on what you save, fuel strategy could play a factor into this race. So I'm kind of curious to see if anybody comes down right here.
Well, we're watching. I'm watching here with you, and I don't see anybody making a move yet. Not everybody is around.
No
here.
takers.
Moving to the back of the field. Looks like everybody's going to stay out. So, yeah, no takers. Absolutely. So, here we go. Let's check and see if the lights are out on the pace car. I'm looking now here, and they are out. So, let's get ready here. We get ready to go back to green. Like I said, we'll reset here on the 12th lap. So, still got a ways to go here tonight. 88 laps remaining. It should be very exciting. I am interested to see if Logan, what he'll do here on the restart. Of course, he's got to wait on Brandon. Brandon in the 54 there will set the field, and start is up to him. So he can wait on the green or he can gun it when that pace car goes in. Be interested to see what he does. It'll be really interesting to see how Logan reacts to that. And then, of course, we've got Nathan and Ryan just behind them. So should be a race to turn 1. Who's going to get it? Who's going to lead this next lap? We're going to find out here in just a moment. Again, the lights are out on the pace car. Coming down the back stretch here, and the field is settling down. Everybody is side by side. Right now, we still have 22 cars on the lead lap. Again, Dan Bailey in the number 08 is going to have a little bit of work to do to get back in this thing, but he will get a lucky dog. Still the only car laps down, so next caution flag, he will be eligible to move up, provided he can stay out of trouble. So, folks, this is getting ready to kick back off here as we go through the middle of turn 3 and turn 4. Settle in, get those belts tight again, and ready to go. Brandon Monsavias takes us around the 4th turn, right there behind the pace car. We are ready to get this thing going here at the Brickyard 250. Again, 100 laps tonight here on 16th Street here in Indianapolis, Indiana. The pace car is getting ready to dive in. Here we go. And there it is. It's in, and Brandon is settling in, not on the gas yet. And he's getting ready to make that move here, waiting for the green flag. Here we go. Well, Brandon didn't really jump on it, so kind of maybe missed a shift. I'm not sure, but wow, Logan Clampett gets it on the outside there, gets around him and takes it into turn 1. Logan Clampett back up in the lead. Brandon kind of sandbagged a little bit there on the start, and it cost him. He's back to 2nd place. Ryan Borges getting through the turn pretty clean there. Did fall back a bit. The 32 fell back a bit. Nathan Sedlak took advantage of that. And here we've got just a real hot race going on up front. But Logan Clampett just checked out on the field again. I mean, he's already 20, 30 cars ahead of Brandon. Brandon really at a disadvantage here, not jumping the start. Logan took advantage of it, and now he's running away from the field again. How's it look back there, Aaron?
Well, we got the 39 door slamming off of the 37 of Gordon Burke there coming at turn 4, take that spot away. It does look like everybody got bunched up. Brandon really held him down all the way to the green, and that didn't get going. And it looks like some of the guys like Ryan Borges, I think he just kind of decided that maybe I should back out of this a little bit, wait for it to cool down. And I do believe he will get back up into the top 5. He's always a contender to win the CORA series. He's an excellent driver, and we'll have to see if he could catch Clampett, though. Clampett's got a very, very strong car, and you've got a great driver driving that car, so it's going to be very difficult to catch.
Yeah, and again, that just what a great start by Clampett there. And I'm looking at the championship point standings. I don't see Clampett in there right now. So this good opportunity for Clampett to climb up the list tonight with keeping that car up front. But the key to keeping that car up front is keeping it off the wall and hitting your marks and getting through those turns clean. So I expect right now, based on how he's performed so far through the first 14 laps, Clampett looks like the man to beat right now, as he is just getting around this track fast. Nathan Sedlak just behind him here, about almost a second and a half. So the field is starting to spread out again. And, again, running green flag laps is always a good thing, but it also gets you start thinking, well, when are these guys going to have to come back in? Again, the field came in. They took 4 tires and topped off on fuel. Most everybody did, except for Gordon Burke. We saw he took 2 tires.
Oh, 37 car. He's around. He's on the inside wall, right by the pit road entrance. It looks like he's out of harm's way. They are still green right now.
They certainly are, and he's made it into the pits. Gordon Burke in the pits. I'm wondering if maybe those 2 tires is part of what cost him there, but that is unfortunate. We do remain under green flag here, and the replay is coming up here. Looks like just lost the car. It just didn't. Again, I'm wondering if maybe it was the choice to only take 2, but he looks like right now I'm watching the replay here, and doesn't look like he really got any help. It just looks like got a little loose coming off, just got back to that throttle a little bit too quick coming out of 4, and it sent him around into that inside wall. Kind of happened in an opportune place there at the beginning of pit lane, so a tow wasn't necessary, and the fact that he did not get back up into the racing surface is why we're still at green flag. Poor Gordon's going to lose a couple laps as a result of that. So check back in with our leader here. It does look like Logan Clampett is even opening up a little bit more, almost 2.5 seconds in front of Nathan Sedlak. And then Nathan is checking out a bit of himself here. It looks like he's a full second ahead of Michael Churchman. And that's where the battle is right now between 3rd and 5th place. We've got Michael Churchman, Ryan Borges, and David Wank there in the 88, the 32, and the 20 going at it nose to tail as they head into the turn there. And out of turn 4, down the front stretch here. Pretty exciting race. What are they going to do here going into 1? Michael Churchman is leading him down, and Ryan Borges just behind him. Oh, and they spread out a little bit. Looks like Ryan decided to go up the track just a little bit there, and it gave the opportunity to the 20 car David Wank to take that position for him as they head out of 2 and down the back stretch. It's still Logan Clampett leading our field. Now almost 3 seconds up on the field. Nathan Sedlak in second. Got great racing going up here. Salicardi right now still having a little bit of a battle with another driver now, Dustin Loynes, hot on his heels as they head into turn 3 right now, and Dustin's not able to make that move on him. Sal's keeping his distance and really just trying to catch up to the rest of the field, like we talked about. That little check up there at the start and the restart really shuffled things back. It looks like everybody from about 6th position and back really got bunched up and really cost themselves some time right now, as there's about a 4-second spread from 5th back to 6th. So the field has definitely spread out, which means we're probably going to have a nice green flag run here. The 39 just got a little bit of the wall. I am seeing that Stanley Kelly has disconnected from the race. So Stanley Kelly had gone a couple laps down and is now out of the event. So that's unfortunate. Bad break for the number 13 there, Stanley Kelly. Checking back in on the 39, Salicardi. Doesn't look like that affected the car too much, but he is right now trying to fend off the charge from the number 51, Nicholas Doucette. So, the 39 did get a little bit of the fence, and it does seem to have affected them just a bit, not too much. So we'll see what happens when we check back here in a moment. Logan Clampett, almost 5 seconds, just picking up ground every lap, and really just strong right now. Got a really, really strong car. It just, like I said, picking up just time here on every lap. Aaron, what are you seeing back there?
Right now, it looks like the majority of the field is single file. This is the point of the race where it's all about just hitting your marks and running as consistent as you possibly can. Let your car come to you and just, run your race. If you're doing everything right, you'll reel in that car in front of you, and then you can worry about making that pass. But right now, you don't want to push too hard. You don't want to try too hard. Those walls off of 2 and 4 can come up and bite you. We're only going up on lap 20 here. We still have a lot of race left. All it takes is one yellow flag, and it'll bunch up this entire field right now. So again, it's just about running your own race and being as consistent as you can.
Yeah, Joel Wood just had a little trouble off the turn. He managed to save it. but he is going down into the pit lane here. Looks like he's going to go ahead and, well, I don't know. No, he went down to the safety lane to just kind of get out of the way and settle the car back in. But Joel Wood is back under power and back on the track here, but is going to lose a lot of spots there. Tough break for Joel, but you know what? Joel's still on the lead lap and plenty of time to make that up. So I'm sure we'll have another yellow flag and things will settle back down. But Joel, nice save by you there at a number 79. Great job. So anyway, you know, we'll get back up here towards the front. Okay, and just checking in on Michael Churchman real quick, trying to fend off a charge from Dustin Loynes. Traveling back through the field here, the 95, Dale Atkins.
Oh, there's contact. 68 cars around. He's in the wall.
Oh, the 68, Damon Gilbert in the wall. Wow. Yep, and there, well, he did put it in the wall, but did not manage to make any contact with anybody. So that's a good thing, but the car was in the middle of the track, so the caution is out. That is our second caution of the night. Got all the way to lap 21 here. All good. This race is off to a great start. Oh, and we've got a little more trouble here. It looks like the 99 and the 68 hooked up. A little trouble for Damon Gilbert in the 68 and Charles Stark in the 99. So that is, yeah, that's unfortunate. As we're going through the replay here, yeah, and I'm seeing here that the just no place to go. Yeah, and I didn't see that initially, but when that wreck started and we went into a spin there, the 99 just had nowhere to go, and that is unfortunate. So those cars taking damage, and they're going to have to get in there, and they're going to have to get that fast repair and get those machines straightened back up. So that is going to cost them some positions, and caution flag will probably be a lap or two longer here just because of that. But that's all right. We're going to settle back in here and get back to green flag racing here pretty shortly, and I expect to see our leaders come in as well. So fast forward through the field here. That I expect everybody to come in, and this is a good time to get more tires, more fuel. You might as well. We're almost a quarter of the way into the race. Be a quarter of the way into the race when we restart. This is a good place to come in here. Our leader is taking us into pit lane. Logan Clampett, Nathan Sedlak right behind him, David Wink behind them, Ryan Borges, Michael Churchman round out the top five. So again, our top 5 and top 10 haven't changed much. They've all been pretty fast. They've kept the cars clean at this point. A little bit of trouble there to the back of the pack, but things are starting to kind of settle down, and you know, I expect we'll have a nice green flag run here pretty shortly. Aaron, what did you see there? How do you think the race is going so far?
Oh, it's been excellent so far. These guys are giving each other a lot of respect out there. I'm seeing plenty of side-by-side racing where no one's really squeezing each other or pinning each other down. They're making both lanes work. Of course, the bottom is the fastest way around here, but you know, overall, I think it's been a very good event so far. And I don't think we're going to have too many more of these yellows. I think these guys are going to get it sorted out here, and we're going to have a pretty good long green run, and at least till the end of the event. What I'm curious though is I might be just a tick too early. But could you stretch it and do one more stop?
Ooh. Yeah, well, you know, if you got another, well, it's going to really depend on cautions, but yeah, that would be a bit of a stretch. It'd be really tough, but you know, again, if you get a caution, you decide to stay out, you could save fuel. There are, of course, many ways to do that. John Pansula, I noticed here on this last pit stop, only took 2 tires. Everybody right now gambling early here in this race. I don't know if 2 tires is a good call, but we're going to find out. Is John going to be able to hang onto that car? It did move him up to 11th place, so that might wind up being a good call. Again, we don't know when the next yellow flag is going to come out, so, you know, it could, again, be a really good strategy move there for him. The lights are still on the pace car as we come down the front stretch here. Should be getting ready to go back to racing here pretty quickly. Checking in with our leader here. Looks like we go across the start finish line. Things are going to reshuffle here. Where our new leader is going to be. Across the line, Logan Clampett is back to the point. Nathan Sedlak in second. Ryan Borges in third. Michael Churchman in fourth. John Pansula that did pay off. John Pansula is now in 5th place, so he did gain several positions by only taking 2 tires. So, you know, this is going to be interesting to see how that works out for him. Again, will he be able to hang on to the car? I expect he will, but there were several laps on, let's see, that was about 12 laps on those tires. So depending on how hard he was getting into those turns, there could be a little bit of wear, could be a little loose on him. Have noticed already here in the early stage of this race, it looks like a few drivers have decided to go with kind of a loose setup. Loose can be fast, but at this track, loose can also be trouble. So throttle management and how you get into those turns are very, very important. You know, it just be, again, this is going to be an interesting viewing here to just see how these tires last. Again, it really depends on how hard you're getting into those turns.
Yeah, I think with 21 cars in the lead lap still, track position is very important at this stage. Taking 2 to protect that track position, or maybe even gain some track position. I think you're going to see a lot of guys doing that. Some of those guys who are taking 4, maybe they're taking 4 now, so they only have to take 2 later. But, you know, only time will really tell.
Yeah, well, Dan Bailey, you know, just speaking of someone who had a little trouble there on that first caution flag, Dan Bailey did get a lap back, sitting only a lap down right now. So again, you know, Dan still very much in this race, and Stanley Kelly checking out on us here, disconnected, didn't make his way back in. Dan is still the only car a lap down, and the next yellow flag will get another position back and get back on the lead lap with everybody. So, you know, things still looking pretty good. Everybody's still, you know, all these cars are straight and clean. They got their fast repair and are back in here. Got a couple cars still coming back down the pit lane. Dustin Lee's in. Dustin Lee in the 89 is in. 50 is in. Well, I'm sorry, Dustin Lee is in the 50, and the 68 of Damon Gilbert is in. Gilbert just kind of coming in and topping off for fuel. So, Aaron, what you were talking about here, the possibility of actually making it with only one more stop. These guys are coming in, taking a little bit of fuel. Dustin Lee only took 2 tires, 2 left side tires. So, you know, topping off on fuel, 2 left side tires. You know, you're right. This could be a one stopper if these guys choose to run it that way.
Yeah, I think if I'm like 16th, 18th, 20th, I'm definitely coming in and topping off right now. I don't have much to lose. And, you know, at the very worst, if there is another yellow, you have the option of staying out, assuming you're not involved in it. And, you know, you're racing for cash. If you know you've got a guy like Logan Clampett up there who is just dominating this race so far, you got to come up with a strategy to win. It's not always the fastest car or the fastest driver. Sometimes it's the best strategy that wins these races.
Right, exactly. You're absolutely right. And, you know, the lights are off on the pace car as we come out of turn 4. Logan Clampett's going to lead this field down. I expect him to get on that throttle. Well, we're coming out of 4 now, but I expect Logan Clampett to get on that throttle just as soon as the pace car is in. I don't think you'll see any waiting from him, as we've seen him just jump away from the field on both starts that we've had here this evening. Nathan Sedlak on the outside roll, Ryan Borges just behind them, and Michael Churchma in the top 4 there. Here we go, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. The pace car is in, and just as I expected, Logan Clampett is on the throttle, and on the throttle quick as he leads him into turn 1. Nathan Sedlak just behind him with Michael Churchman right on Nathan's tail as they go into the turn and able to keep the car under control. Ryan Borges just back there gets through the turn clean. The number 20 of David Wink just behind him. John Pansula again only took those 2 tires. That car is still looking good, but these cars with a little bit fresher tires are starting to try and make a move. Ooh, Sal McCarty kind of trying to make it tight there, just off of Pansula's bumper there. Sal making up a couple of spots there on the restart. And on the mic right now, doing a little bit of chatting. The number 51 of Nicholas Doucette making that move inside Pansula, trying to make it stick. And, Pansula just off in front of the 51 of Nicholas Doucette. Nice race to the turn as they come back down the front stretch here. Does look like Pansula is going to make those. Okay, and we're back here on LSRTV. Sorry we had a little bit of technical difficulty, and while we were away, had a pretty major wreck coming out of 4. Trouble ensued. We've got cars trying to make evasive moves here, and as they did so, the melee ensued. So several cars damaged on that. John Pansula, Colton Burke. We had one car go off into the pit road there. So that's never good when you're hitting that. So like that was the 99 of Charles Starks there into the end of the pit lane. So that really hurt. That really put a lot of damage on that car, and then he gets collected up. It looks like the 68, and yeah, what a mess. Cars flying all over the place. Just a real unfortunate incident there. Not many laps there, just about 3 laps after we went green there, and we're back under caution flag here. I believe our leaders, most of them are probably going to stay out here. Doesn't make much sense to come back in at this point. We had about 3 laps position. We did see several people top off, come back in and top off. So right now the field is just kind of pacing around. Let these guys come in and repair a little bit of damage. Again, we're sorry for the technical difficulty, but it looks like we're back up and running and ready to see this thing through. As right now we're got 30 laps in the books, Aaron. And, that was a pretty nasty wreck. Probably the worst one. That's the one that's probably the worst one we've seen this evening. Let's go ahead and do a top 10 rundown real quick here. Logan Clampett is still our leader. Number 1 car. The number 1 car is first. And Nathan Sedlak still in second place. Michael Churchma making a little bit of ground there up to third. David Winkt in the number 20 in fourth. Ryan Borges in the 32, fifth. Dustin Loynes in the number 40, sixth place. Dominique Tyball running a strong race tonight. They're in seventh. Okay, and Nicholas Doucette at number 51 there in eighth. Dalacarty, ninth place, holding ground. Going to definitely be a contender before this thing is over. And Dylan Ackert, the number 29, started in 15th, has made his way up to 10th. He's getting ready to, again, continue to pace around here. The lights are still on the pace car. Again, that was a pretty nasty wreck, the worst one we've seen this evening. Did collect a few cars, but it looks like everybody is, gotten everything repaired. Dan Bailey, who was a victim in that first caution flag of the night, has managed to get back up on the lead lap. Now sits in 20th place, so good on Dan. Lots of racing left to go. Dan could still be a contender before this race is over. Right now, Charles Starks in a 99, who again hit the end of the pit lane there, suffered heavy damage, is back in this race, is unfortunately a lap down now. So Charles Starks will be the first car a lap down and will be entitled to the lucky dog next time we go racing here. So right now, everybody is going to settle back in here 2 by 2 as the lights are off on the pace car. We're going to get ready to go to green flag racing here real quickly, Aaron. How do you expect we'll get started?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of what we have seen from Logan Clampett. I think he's going to hammer down, and you're going to see that number 1 machine just blast out of there like a shot out of a cannon. Expect to see the 32 car Ryan Borges move into the top 3 very soon. I've been watching him. He's got a fast car. He's been driving smart. He's been staying out of trouble. He's really only been losing positions when he's, avoiding what could be a mess. I don't know if he has anything for Clampett, but I do expect to see that 32 car moving into a podium position within the next few laps.
Yeah, Borges has definitely looked strong, and I agree with you. We could see Borges get his way up to the front. Logan Clampett, though, has really shown himself to be the class of the field tonight. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out. Again, staying up front there in that clean air is the best way to stay in the and best way to get to victory lane. And right now, Logan Clampett is definitely showing the way tonight. So the lights are out on the pace car. We're coming out of 4, getting ready to get this thing back underway. We're coming out of 4 now. I keep making that mistake. I'm sorry, folks. But we are coming out of 4 now. We're getting ready to head back down the front stretch here. Logan Clampett has got those belts tight. He's ready to go. I expect to see the same kind of start. Nathan Sedlak should expect the same. So hopefully Nathan will be a little quicker to the throttle this time. As the pace car is in, we're getting ready to go green flag here in the Brickyard 250. Logan is on the gas, and he has broken away. That's right, Aaron. He certainly has, and he is off quick on his way down to the first turn. Does look like Michael Churchman trying to make a move there to the inside. Can't quite make it stick. Nathan Sedlak does get away. Nathan keeping it a little bit closer to Logan Clampett this time. Not quite as he was able to get on the pedal just a little bit better that time. Wow, Logan Clampett a little loose off the turn 2 there. Logan's running kind of a loose setup though, so I've seen that car get a little loose off of all the turns, and seems to be working for him. Obviously, as again, he has managed to space things out pretty quickly here. Michael Churchman does survive those first few turns, and as we come out of turn 4, our starting order there from the restart is still in place. Logan Clampett in first, Nathan Sedlak in second, Michael Churchman following shortly behind there in third. David Wank and Dustin Lyons round out the top 5. Aaron, how are things looking back there?
Well, they sorted themselves out pretty fast this time. There wasn't a whole lot of double file after about the first half a lap. These guys know it's a third of the race is over. It's time to kind of hanker down and just click off some laps. You know, there's racing to be done at the end of this event, but you have to get to the end. So right now it's important to just keep the car clean, keep getting these, like I was saying earlier, you know, let the race come to you, and just get as much as you can on the track, because there is going to be at least one more pit stop. So
yeah.
I think there's somebody on the wall there. Double zero car.
James Brown had to check up, but coming into the turn, he had to check up, and it sent him back there, and then it, of course, got a piece of the fence there. But James is still under power here and is managing to get down the front stretch. Still looks pretty fast, so I don't know if that really hurt him that much. And, you know, Arrow here is not... Yeah, we are seeing significant damage on that car, and but right now it doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. So the car seems to still be running pretty good. Didn't look too loose off the turn. So James has probably got a handful of wheel, doing everything he can right now to just keep the car on the track. But as I said, doesn't look to be in that bad a shape right now, as the car does still look to be under power. It's right now losing a little bit of ground to the 54 right behind him there. Brandon Monsivais picking up a little bit of ground on Nicholas. Or I'm sorry, on James Brown. Again, James Brown probably got a handful of wheel right now and really having trouble keeping that car steady, but he does choose to stay out. So James must not think that damage is too serious. Keeps that car on the track. Back up here with our leader, Logan Clampett, again, has checked out on the field, a full 2 seconds away from Nathan Sedlak. Now, the Nathan is starting to pull away from third place. David Wank, who did get position on Michael Churchman. So Michael falling off just a little bit, but that is a nice race there from third right back on to 5th place. A nice little 3-car battle going on there as they make their way around here. Looking at some other battles here, we've got a good nice little battle there between 10th and 11th, or I'm sorry, 9th and 10th place. So these cars haven't spread out quite as much as they did on the last restart. Pretty good start to this one though here as we now click off lap 36. So we are moving right along here, Aaron. What are you seeing on the other end of the field right now?
Well, it looks like we actually have some very good racing in the latter part of the field. For 12th and 13th right now, they're side-by-sides that go through turns 1 and 2. And what I've noticed here is when the double zero kind of slapped the wall, it kind of cut the field in half. A lot of these guys behind him checked up a little bit. They probably, I mean, the double zero definitely has the toe knocked out, you can see it, but he's still doing a good job of getting around the racetrack. But if you're immediately behind that car, you definitely want to roll out a little bit, just to make sure he's not going to come spinning off of the next turn. So when that happened, it seems to have cut the field in half, but behind him, there's just a good cluster of cars that have been swapping paint and swapping positions each and every lap.
Yeah, again, a really nice battle going on up here between third through 5th place. Michael Churchman making a nice move to get himself up into 3rd place. Ryan Borges also making a nice move on David Wank, shuffling David back. But as we come down the backstretch here, David takes it inside of Ryan Borges, and it looks like he's going to get the turn, and he does. You know, right now there's no reason to be too aggressive, so guys are probably going to be a little apt to just kind of back off a little bit, let him go. You'll get him on the next lap or in a couple of laps. It is a good idea to just spread out and give a little bit here. No reason to panic yet. You know, you still got a little over half the race left here, and plenty of things could still happen. Again, fuel strategy here could come into play. Right now, we think a couple of these guys could maybe make it on one more pit stop, but we just have to see what happens. in that fuel window about 30 to 35 laps somewhere. So question is, will your tires last as long as you get to that fuel stop? I just don't know if that's going to happen, as we have seen some of these cars be pretty loose, especially the ones that have decided to take two. Last person that did that, John Pansula, unfortunately was a victim in that last incident there, and I again can't help but wonder if maybe taking two tires is the reason. So, Aaron, again, a lot of strategy to be played out here tonight.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder too about these guys like Charles Starks and Colton Burke, who are, one or just 2 laps down. They're not out of this yet. All it's going to take is a yellow and a wave around. They're going to be right back in it. And depending on what they did in the pits, during that last caution, not only could they be back in it, they might have something that puts them out in the top 5 or top 10. Oh, we got the 95 cars going around. The 95 is going around.
Yeah, that's Dale Adkins. Dale Adkins loose up the turn. The caution flag is out. That caution flag came from the booth from race control, and caution is out. As we head to the replay here, and it does look like the 95 again coming through the turn here, just got a little bit of contact, door-to-door contact there with the 01 of John Pansula. Car drifted up the track just a little bit, and he hit it pretty hard, that inside wall. So Dale Adkins in the 95 is going to need a little bit of help from the pits there to get that machine back under, back to racing condition. The 01, John Pansula is unscathed. It was just a slight, again, just a little bit of contact, and that's all it took to get that car loose coming off the turn there. It doesn't take much. Again, throttle management is so important, but, we're going to see here again, got another pit stop here at lap 40, and, it looks like our leaders will probably decide to come down here. Not a bad spot to do it. Right now, I'm following our leader here. Want to see what he's going to do. Come out of the turn here. It should be interesting to see who's going to go in and who's not going to go in as we go into turn 4. Following our leader here, Nathan Sedlak in second. Michael Churchman still in third there. So these guys have been able to keep it up front and keep the cars clean. The racing up front here has been pretty good, pretty solid. Most of the trouble we've had has been at the back of the field right now. So again, keeping these cars out of trouble is the way to get to victory lane tonight. Yes, our leaders are coming down. The field is coming in, and it looks like pit stops for everybody this time. Wow, Michael Churchman got a little bit of the pit lane entrance there. So we'll let these guys come in, take some pit stops. Right now, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here on LSRTV here at the Brickyard 250 with the Championship Online Racing Association. Okay, welcome back here to Indianapolis Motor Speedway here at the Brickyard 250. Coming off this fourth caution flag right now. We've had 14 laps of caution tonight. Logan Clampett is still our leader. He's going to lead this field off as we come down the back stretch. Again, the lights are out on the pace car. They're getting ready to go green flag, everybody. Been an exciting race so far. Top five have not changed a whole lot, although Patrick Scahill, who did start in 23rd place, has made his way up to 5th. So nice run for Patrick Scahill. Maybe playing a little bit of strategy here as we go through turn 3 and head into turn 4. We're getting ready to go back to green flag race, and Logan Clampett, I expect, will lead him down and be on that accelerator pretty quick. I'd kind of be disappointed at this point if he didn't. So Nathan Sedlak needs to be ready to go as soon as Logan gets that pace car in there. I'm sure he's going to stomp on it. So the pace car is getting ready to head in. It's in. Here we go. Green flag racing again at the Brickyard 250 with the Championship Online Racing Association. Logan Clampett breaks away from the field. I think they've kind of figured him out a little bit, though, because everybody is still kind of on his tail as we head into 1. Logan Clampett is your leader, and not much of a challenge from anybody, but Nathan Sedlak is certainly a lot closer than he's been. Oh, and we've got trouble at the back of the field already.
The 51 car got 90 degrees sideways. I think it drew the yellow. I don't see anybody else actually getting involved, though. Yeah, that's Nicholas Doucette. I'm not sure if he got tapped or not, but he just got very, very sideways. Great job of saving it, Nick.
Yeah, you know what? Just kind of in a bad spot there. There was just a little bit of help. Salacardi was on the inside there, and again, the 51 was just in a bad spot there. Got a little bit of help from the 15 as the 15 got a little bit of that left rear fender and just enough to send him around. But, nice fortuitous spin there, was able to get the car, save it from really just being in total trouble there. That flag did come from race control. I guess they want to try and settle the field back down. But again, an amazing save by Nicholas Doucette there in the 51. 1, to save it and get the car back under control. 2, to avoid anyone getting into him. So really, really good job there by Nicholas Doucette. Really happy to see him still on the track. And, doesn't look like he's going to have to make a pit stop here because he didn't really get any damage on that. We do have a little bit of left side damage, but the car doesn't look like it's too badly out of shape here. So I don't know. We'll see here in that True Speed Motorsports machine there for Nicholas Doucette. Very unfortunate, but again, was really lucky to save that car. Nice save there, Aaron. What did you think about that?
Oh, he did an amazing job there. I was holding my breath just waiting to say crash, and the crash never happened. But race control is probably, I think it was along the same lines I was. They threw the yellow flag because, it looked like a crash was imminent there. Nick did a wonderful job of saving that car. Now this is interesting here. From here, you could definitely make it on one more stop if you were to pit. But these guys just came down pit road, and as you can see there, everybody's electing to stay out right now. So I'm wondering if some of these guys in the back, are they going to make a run for it now?
Yeah, well, I'm watching our leaders. I'm here with our leaders right now, kind of trying to get an idea of what they're going to do. Logan Clampett keeping it real close to the pace car right now. Nathan Sedlak there. Like Nathan kind of faking a dive to the infield here. What's he going to do? Yeah, Nathan's going to go ahead and stay out. Just kind of duck the car in there. I guess you never know what they're really going to do until they do it. But we're on the backstretch now, heading down to turn 3. I am interested to see if anybody decides to come in and top off. I don't think you take tires at this point. You were just in a moment ago. So, you could just top off and get back out here, but I don't think any of these guys up front are going to want to give up position. They've all had a pretty good race up here. The first through about 10th place has been pretty solid here, and they've proven they can avoid most of the trouble back there. So I think everybody will probably stay out right here again. We really didn't even get one lap in, so I think you could still make it on one stop, whether you came in or not.
Yeah, you just need to be saving right now, and again, I think this is going to sort itself out. A few more cautions than we anticipated today. Again, it's just a lot of hard racing, and I think as we approach halfway now, we can start seeing, the guys that were having a hard time getting a handle on it, they're towards the back now. I think you're going to see a good green run here, and you're really going to start to see who has a car that could maybe contend with the Logan, because there could be somebody back there. There could be somebody who has a fast car, but they just really haven't had that opportunity of a nice long green run to come up and shine. So I think we're going to see that soon.
Yeah, well, Nathan Sedlak did a really nice job there on the restart. I mean, he didn't let Logan get away on that restart right there. So, I think these guys have kind of gotten a little smart to what Logan's been doing there on the restart. The field did not spread out a whole lot there on that restart. Everybody kind of nose to tail going into one. And again, I think they've kind of figured out Logan's strategy a little bit. See if they can keep that up, certainly. You don't want to let him get too far away if you want to try and, have a chance to win this thing. But again, Logan Clampett's been really fast tonight. And if he stays out there in that clean air, he's going to be awful hard to beat. You can get to him, but are you going to be able to make a move on him to get around? That'll be the real question. And Nathan Sedlak, I think, is going to try and figure that puzzle out here on this next restart. As we're going to come around here, we restart this thing, we're almost going to be halfway gone in this race tonight. So, we've seen a good competitive one so far. Yeah, this is the fifth caution. That one came from the booth. That's okay. They anticipated a pretty good wreck there. It didn't happen. That's okay. Glad it didn't. Everybody decided to stay out. And they've got good tires. They still have plenty of fuel. And could make this race on one more stop if you play your cards right, Aaron.
Oh, definitely. And I am very interested to see how this restart's going to be. Like you said, they're starting to figure out Logan. And these cars have just so much horsepower, so much torque, that the leader has such an advantage. If these guys guess wrong and go early, that could break their whole race apart. So, in a way, I think they're figuring them out, but they still need to be very, very careful, because one wrong move could spell disaster and send them to the back.
Yeah, and, as we saw there, I mean, if you get out of shape and you're able to save the car, that's great, but when you scuff off that speed, it is pretty treacherous. Cars around you, and if they get around you, they're going to get away from you here pretty quick. This is a really, really fast track. I mean, you're carrying almost 200 miles an hour going to these turns here. You've got to use a little bit of brake, or you can roll out of the throttle. You can use a combination of both. Strategies vary. Every driver is a little bit different. You've got to, and again, with these open setups that they're running, style and setup will determine when you're going to brake, if you're going to brake, when you're going to roll out. And, again, you get back to the throttle a little bit too quick in these turns. And these cars are so touchy and have so much horsepower, so much torque, that they just snap around on you. And once that car snaps, it's really hard to save. As we head into turn 3 here, the lights are out. Everybody is side by side. Logan Clampett, our leader, still our leader. We've only had one lead change tonight, and very brief. And so Logan is led the majority of the laps tonight, and looks to, again, kind of break away from the field, but we'll see what Nathan's going to do here. Hopefully Nathan can get another good start and stay right on his tail. Put a little pressure on Logan to get away again. Put pressure on somebody, you never know what's going to happen. So anything can happen, and probably will happen tonight as the pace car heads in. Logan Clampett takes us back down the front stretch here in the Brickyard 250, and Logan Clampett is away and breaks away this time. Nathan Sedlak not quite on the pedal, is probably as quick as he should be. Michael Churchman making a move there to the inside, and we've got a good race into one. A lot of traffic behind. I'm seeing Salicardi there making a move to the inside, getting through the turn. Drifts up a little bit, heading out of turn 2. Salicardi's clean. The 51 of Nicholas Doucette is clean. And we've got single file racing heading down the back stretch here. We're up to a good start up front. What are you seeing back there, Aaron?
Everyone's trying to get sorted out, but it looks like a few guys are just kind of pinned up high right now. It's the 51 car. He was very close to hitting the wall up there again, but he managed to gather it up. Now he's got down to the preferred line. These guys, I know they're only halfway, but I think some of them are realizing that, halfway is also only 50 to go. It might be go time.
Well, you know what? I'm just seeing here that James Brown at a 00. Unfortunately, he has checked out, disconnected from the server. Unfortunate for him. Tough night. And Logan Clampett is starting to pull away again. Nathan said, like, kind of keeping an eye on him, not losing too much ground yet. David Wenk there in third place in the number 20 car. Michael Churchma losing a little bit of ground to those two, but not too much. Looks to be about maybe a half a second, 0.4 of a second. Ryan Borges falling back just a little bit, but keeping them in sight. So the field didn't spread out too much this time. Logan got a little bit better start here on after caution number 5, but again, lots of good racing going on up here. We've got a little bit of a battle here between 6 back to 10th place. It looks like a little bit of a hornet's nest developing, and but everybody's staying in line. The 29 of Dylan Ackert having a nice run there through the turn, keeping the car low off the rumble strips, and looking really good as they head down the back stretch. Checking in with Sal Liccardi right now. Sal moving to the inside of the number 50 of Dustin Lee, and making that move for position right there as they head through the turn. I'm sorry, again, that was number 68 of Damon Gilbert that Sal Liccardi just got position on. Now setting up the number 51 there. Sal Liccardi is setting up the 51, and Nicholas Doucette going to try and make a move here down the front stretch. Setting them up. Yep, pulling a little bit of slipstream draft in there. Easy for me to say, Aaron. As they head to turn 1, Sal Liccardi gets another position, moves himself up into 8th place. And, yep, Nicholas Doucette coming right around the rear end of Sal and getting it to the inside, coming out of turn 2. They go side by side into the backstretch here. And a nice little battle there going on for 8th and 9th, 8th and 9th place. So check back in here with our leader, Logan Clampett, is starting to open things up a bit as he's about a little over a second ahead of Nathan Sedlak. But Nathan doing a really good job of fending off that charge from David Wenk right now, Aaron.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see now that we've actually got a couple of green laps here, how the draft is really starting to work out for these guys. The long straightaways allow you to get these awesome slingshots, but I'm not seeing anybody trying to really push and work together too much. It's pretty much when you get to the guy's bumper, you make your move. So without, of course, having to let off for all these turns, it's not like a Daytona or a Talladega where you can kind of just stand in and push a guy around the racetrack. But no one's really working together out there. It just seems to be like every man for themselves, and it's really creating some great racing because 2 cars are able to catch 1 car, and while those 2 cars are passing, a 4th car is able to overtake those 2. And as you can see, like right now, back with John Pasula in the 01, he's running 16th, but he's running in just an absolute mess of cars. Then he's running down through the grass, but he manages to get back up onto the racetrack. Whoa, it's getting pretty messy back here.
Well, and I see John's on the mic now, probably just letting everybody know they got out of shape there. But we are still under green flag here. We're just past the halfway point as Logan Clampett just went around there for lap 54. Let's run down the field for you here real quick halfway. Logan Clampett is your leader and has led most of this race. Nathan Sedlak at number 35 in 2nd. In 3rd, David Wenk in the 20th. Michael Churchma in 4th in number 88. Ryan Borges in the 32 in 5th place. Dustin Loynes in the 40 in 6th place. Dylan Ackert in the number 29 in 7th. Nicholas Doucette, been a pretty fast car tonight, in the 51 in 8th place. Sal Liccardi in 9th place, keeping it up there in the top 10. Dustin Lee in number 50 in 10th place. As the yellow flag is out, we've got a big rack here in the back of the field. Aaron, did you see it?
Oh, it's a 50 car, Dustin Lee, into the wall very, very hard. He was coming off of turn 4. He's like a car in a concrete pinball machine.
Yeah, and we've got our replay up now. The 50 heading off the turn. Oh, and he got into Sal Liccardi. The car drifted up just a little bit, and then right across the nose of Sal Liccardi, they're both into the wall. That car goes spinning right there in the front of the pit lane. Sal doing everything he can to save the car. A hard hit there for Dustin Lee. Tough break for Sal, because Sal was just really kind of an innocent bystander there. Dustin just, hey, listen, the push is real. And it looks like it found Dustin there, and that car just kind of ran up the track a little bit, and probably no fault of his own other than the car just, like I said, got a little bit of a push there, Aaron. And poor Salicardi had nowhere to go. So those guys are definitely going to need to come in and get those machines repaired.
Yep, and now we are past halfway. We're starting to get a feel for who has a stout race car and who doesn't. And I really hope we can get some more green flag racing in soon, because it has been absolutely amazing racing throughout the field. The cautions here, they are a little long, but the racing in between has really made it worth it. I gotta say, for my first time doing this, it's been a real blast up here watching these guys and getting this perspective. And I want to say thank you to everybody who made this happen today.
Yeah, well, and you're absolutely right. It's been a great race so far. This is caution number 6, but the racing has been great. And, you were talking about it just before we got the yellow there. We're seeing these packs, 2 and 3 cars. That's where the real racing is happening, these little 2 and 3 car packs. And, when they stay in those packs and they run nose to tail like that, they are making up ground on the front of the field. So, we're going to see these guys come down here. I'm sure we're going to see a bunch of drivers come in right now. Probably not a bad spot to do it again. We've got 56 laps in. Got another caution here. You might as well. This could be your last pit stop. Or, I'm sorry, it couldn't be your last pit stop. You'd still need one more to make it. Again, we talked about that pit window being about 30 to 35 laps on fuel. So if you didn't come in last time, now's probably not a bad time. Watching our leaders now as they come around here, and just realized I wasn't quite caught up there, but they are in the pits. Everybody has decided, looks to be, so far everybody's taking 4, and 4 and fuel is the way to go. So at this point, you definitely could make it one more pit stop. So this thing stays green to the end. Well, when do you pit? When's going to be the opportune time? You're going to do it at about lap 80, leave yourself with about 20 laps left to make your move. Could be interesting, Aaron.
Yeah, if this goes green to the end, and now we're looking at a splash and go for everybody. So I think a lot of these guys are counting on there being at least one more caution, or at least one caution that falls within the final pit window of 30 to 35 laps. Because right now, they don't have enough. I really don't know how much you can save with these cars, if they had enough yellows, but I think almost everybody on the track right now is banking on at least one more caution. Otherwise, we're going to see a whole bunch of splash and goes.
Yeah, that's right. And I am seeing that right now. Everybody left in the race is on the lead lap. Dominique Dyball, after a little bit of early success, had kind of fallen back to the field, had gotten an end-of-line penalty on the last pit stop. Not quite sure exactly why, but was thrown at end of line and did fall a lap down, but has that lap back now. So Dominique Dyball managing to stay on the lead lap, now in 20th place. So we've got 20 cars still running on the lead lap, which is amazing. Get halfway through this race, we started with 23. We've only got 3 cars out. I think that really speaks to the quality of drivers that we've got here running in this series tonight. Again, just a really, really great race going on here tonight. Still have 20 cars on the lead lap at this point of the race, and this could still be anybody's race to win tonight. I mean, Logan Clampett has shown to be the class of the field at this point, but nothing is guaranteed. Logan's got a really loose setup on that car, and one small mistake could cost him the event tonight. So there's a lot at stake. We've got money on the line tonight. This is a cash money race tonight, and the Championship Online Racing Association prides themselves on these money races, and so far we've seen a great one, Aaron, as we do now see Dominique Dyball coming off the pit lane back onto the safety lane and makes her way here through turn 1 and 2. So got a really good one ahead of us here, Aaron, and I expect that we'll be back to green flag racing here pretty soon. We've got the lights on the pace car still, but I believe the next time we come around here out of turn 4, those lights will be off and everybody will start to get back side by side.
Oh yeah, that CORA Sunday money cash is a huge motivator. At one of these restarts, there's going to be something mixed up, and you could be one of those cars that right now are running 16th or 18th, who are looking at maybe winning $1 to maybe moving into the top 10 by dodging a big wreck that happens at the end of this race. So money is always an excellent motivator, and these guys, you know, like you said, there's 20 cars left in this field right now. With 18 of them getting paid, you're basically just waiting for somebody else's problem to occur. And when it comes to these restarts, you know, last restart we talked about, you know, the rest of the field having to be careful with Logan, making sure they don't jump, making sure they don't make mistakes. But at the same time, Logan has to be careful. He has a dominant car. He showed it all event for 59 laps. I think he led almost all of them. And he's just one missed shift away from losing this thing. So if he could get the long green run, I think he'd be a happy camper. But these cautions are coming out. It's just risk for him. These pit stops, I mean, they all have to gas up eventually, but all it takes is one mistake under a yellow flag pit stop, and you can lose a lot of positions. So we'll have to see what happens here. Logan's been absolutely perfect tonight from the pole and from the restarts, but can he stay perfect all night? We will see.
Yeah, well, that's been key. That's been key for Dustin tonight. For Logan Clampett tonight, has been the restarts. I mean, his restarts have been just perfect, and he's managed to get away from the field on most of these restarts here. There was a couple of cautions ago. Nathan Sedlak was able to keep the car close, but we didn't even make it through a full lap, so they never really got to do any real racing with each other. I am seeing that Dustin Lee was given an end of the line on that one, so Dustin Lee will get Shepard back and will be the last car on the lead lap at this point. Dominique Dyball again back on the lead lap in 19th place. So, you know, we've got a very competitive field here. A lot of fast cars out here. Anything can happen. We keep talking about that, you know. This is a real good track to be competitive on if you know the way around. And again, there really is only one really fast line. But in order to be fast, you got to keep it off those rumble strips. As we come back around here, pace car getting ready to dive in. And our leader, Logan Clampett, probably not going to waste any time. The pace car is in. Here we go. Nathan Sedlak on the outside. Logan Clampett is away here in the Brickyard 250. And on the throttle hard again. Logan Clampett down into turn one. Just breaking away from the field. Nathan Sedlak doing a good job of keeping that car not too far behind him actually on this stop. Nathan Sedlak got a good start. The 20 of David Wank there in third place, making up a little bit of ground now on Nathan Sedlak. And then we've got Ryan Borges and Nicholas Doucette there in the top five. So those all got away on a nice start. A little bit of a battle going on here with Dustin Loynes, Dylan Ackert, Michael Churchma, Sal Liccardi, all heading into turn three there pretty hard and managing to just kind of stay away from each other enough to avoid any real serious contact. They come off the turn here and head down the front straight. Everybody keeps it clean, but Logan Clampett is still your leader. What are you seeing back there, Aaron?
Well, there's still 3 wide back here farther in the field. Last time around the Speedway, they made 3 wide work. Got it sorted out before they got to the turn, but right now Dominic Dyball and company racing for around that 15th spot. That's what we were talking about earlier. They are really going to town. All race I've been talking about how, you know, it's a long race. We gotta, you know, run your race and keep your car around. Well, now we're getting down to the last 4 laps. Oh, and Dominic got into him. Dominic's loose. He's loose. He saved it. Well, excellent save by Dominic Dyball coming off of, I believe that was turn number 1. Wow.
Tough break for Dominic, and you saw how many laps, he saves the car, but loses a lot of position there as they come back down the front stretch here. Dominic going to fall all the way back to 20th place there. Was up there, charging for the top 10, and now falls all the way to 15th place, almost 10 seconds away from our leader, Logan Clampett, who still is in the lead and is starting to open up that lead just a bit again, now just over a second ahead of Nathan Sedlak, who is having a nice run, but is really going to have to fend off this charge here from David Rank and Ryan Borges, as they've shown that they can stay up there, and the 51 of Nicholas Doucette charging hard. And so right now that's a really nice battle going on up there back second through fifth place. Dylan Ackert not that far off of them, looking to maybe try and get up into that top 5. Michael Churchma there in 7th, following right in behind Dylan. Nice little pack of cars. Again, that's about 6 cars right there, all battling for position. Sal Liccardi, after being involved in that last accident, still up in 8th place, managing to keep this thing under control. And just behind Sal, we've got Dustin Loynes, who's making a move right now on Sal, going into turn 3. Can he make it stick? It does look like Dustin Loynes is going to get that position from Sal Liccardi, as Sal doesn't really try to do much there, just kind of staying behind and tucking in right behind Dustin. They are going to come out of turn 4 here and head down the front stretch. Dustin Loynes making another move, trying to get that position for Michael Churchman. As they head across the line, he will get it. And Sal Liccardi kind of follows him right there. Michael Churchman falling back just a little bit there, losing position to those guys. But now they've got a little bit of work to do. Whoa, almost lost it. Sal Liccardi almost lost it there in the middle of the turn as they head down the backstretch. He got a little bit loose there, and man, that car is way loose right now. Sal having a little bit of trouble with the handle on that thing. And back up to our leaders here. Clampett is just running away, and then we got this pack of 4 cars, and right up here in the middle, it looks like the 51 machine is just kind of stuck in the middle right now, and either those cars are going to have to slow down for him to get up to it, or these cars are going to have to catch up to him to give him a little help here so they can get back to that front pack, Aaron.
There is great racing all around the speedway right now. It's been an absolute hornet's nest from 16th on and back. We got Dan Bailey and Charles Starks, who is now back on the lead lap after his earlier incident. These guys have been racing side by side, 2 and 3 wide. They're just now starting to get strung back out, but I mean, just absolute great racing all around the speedway. There's so many battles going on right now.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing, like we talked about in the last caution, we're seeing those battles. They're little 3 and 4 car battles, just little packs racing together. And we're seeing here now the 29 of Dylan Ackert here is again just kind of stuck in the middle. That was Dylan that was kind of out there by himself. Nicholas Doucette just up in front of him there, but Dylan having a pretty good run there, but he's just by himself right now, not able to make much room or make much ground up on the people in front of him. Brian Borges there in 5th place now. Nicholas Doucette made a nice run there on Borges to get that 4th position. So just a little bit loose coming off the turn there, Dylan was, but manages to collect the car and keep it in shape. So again, nice battle going on here up front for these first few positions, but Logan Clampett already 3 seconds ahead. Only took him just a few laps of that, as we're on lap 66 in this thing. So right now we are 2/3 of the way done, and we've got a third of this race left. We're talking about a sprint race here at this point here in just a few laps. So we know they're going to need one more, probably a splash and go to get this thing. This thing has all the potential of staying green flag here at the Brickyard 250 tonight, Aaron.
Oh yes, sir. It is really starting to heat up here. It's definitely go time now. I mean, you're in that last 35 laps. You're looking at just a quick splash and go if it stays green. You gotta get all you can right now. Every position is more money on the CORA scoreboard. Sunday money. It's not just about the cash too. A win in Sunday money is a big deal. It's bragging rights for the week. Logan Clampett has just been the absolute class of the field today, and all these guys, they're starting to realize it. So you're seeing these great battles for 5th, or great battles for 10th or 16th, because they know, this is it. You got to get what you can, and where you finish is what you're bringing home for the week.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at on Michael Churchman here real quick. I don't know if something's amiss with the car, or maybe at some point just he had to scuff off a little bit of speed, but it's kind of falling through the field right now, back to 10th place, and doesn't seem to be making up much ground like he was earlier. Michael had been running up in the top 5 most of the night, but right now just seems to be having a little bit of trouble with the car, and just not quite as fast as he was. Damon Gilbert just up in front of him seems to be holding that spot without much trouble. Michael's just, again, not making up much ground. Even in the draft, doesn't seem to be making up ground as they head back here into turn one. Michael goes a little bit higher into the turn and then brings it down, but again, just not making much ground on Damon Gilbert. Sal Liccardi just in front of them. Again, Sal having a pretty good run so far. After getting into that trouble, did look like he got just a bit of the fence there coming off of turn two. A little bit of paint on the wall isn't a bad thing here. It's not going to affect you too bad, but you definitely don't want to hit it too hard. Now we are seeing here that Damon Gilbert is going to make a move, trying to set Sal Liccardi up, and almost got just a little bit of that left rear quarter panel, but was able to lift just enough to save it. And right now, Damon Gilbert is making that move on Sal Liccardi coming down the front stretch. Is going to try and put it inside going to turn one, and does not. Sal Liccardi having just enough there to stay ahead as they head through turns 1 and 2. Come off the 2. Pretty good little race going on there for 8th, 9th, and 10th place. That is definitely a battle to watch. Again, top 10. That's a good finish, and it's a better money tonight, Aaron.
I'm starting to wonder if Churchma is saving fuel. We were mentioning earlier, some of these guys, they may have a fast car, but they know they just don't quite have it for clamp it. Well, if you have a fast enough car, you can save enough fuel, you might be able to do something with it where you're still in contention to get that win. So I'm not counting him out of this yet. This could be strategy on his part. We're getting down now. It's going to be 30 laps to go, I believe, this time by. And although Logan's had a dominant car with a pit stop still involved, it really is still anybody's race who is on the lead lap. Because we don't know everyone's strategy. Unfortunately, our pit reporter couldn't make it tonight, so we haven't had those inside looks that LSRTV usually gets. But I got a feeling some of these guys are going to try and get real crafty here in the next little bit.
Yeah, and honestly, when I was talking about Michael Churchman just a few minutes ago here, you very well could be right. He could be in kind of a conserve mode right now, because the next person behind him is Patrick Scahill. Oh, and off the wall. No, Damon Gilbert. Oh, off the wall. The yellow flag is out. Damon Gilbert.
Oh, in front of a few other cars. Oh, no. Oh, the field's having a split to avoid him. He's right in the middle of the racetrack. I'll tell you, it may be a wide track, but when you got one parked right sideways in the middle of it, it gets narrow very quickly.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Wow. And Damon, replay is up here, and it, again, if you get back to the throttle a little bit too quick here, and it does just look like that's what probably happened. He just got loose coming off the turn there. Yeah, it looks like maybe he was just trying to avoid Sal Liccardi, but yeah, he wound up stopped right there in the middle of the track, and rather than get it at anybody, he just left it parked right there. But a lot of cars making an evasive move to get around him. Probably the best thing you could do was just to sit right there. Yeah, the 60 got a little bit, and so Patrick Scahill's going to have a little bit of damage there. But as we go back to the replay there and what was looking there, it looks like he was really just trying to avoid a little bit of contact there with Sal Liccardi as they got through the turn there. And again, the car just kind of snapped around on him. Did a decent job of saving it there at first, but then it just went all the way around, and he winds up back in the middle of the track there and did hold on the brake, managed to keep the car in one spot and didn't drift up or down. So we've got another caution flag here. We're going to take this opportunity to run for a quick break. Again, you are watching the Brickyard 250 here live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway here on LSRTV tonight. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Hey, and welcome back here to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 250 here, the Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Night Money Race. This has been an exciting one, but Logan Clampett, our leader, has proven to be the class of the field tonight. Everybody came in for a pit stop as we're going to come across the line here with 25 laps to go. And, we've basically got a Sunday night shootout on our hands here, and Logan Clampett is, I think, here to prove a point tonight and take home that money. And, Nathan Sedlak doing a really good job of just following tonight, staying in there. Ryan Borges, we'll run down the field for you real quick. Ryan Borges in third place, David Wank in fourth, Nicholas Doucette in fifth. The top five really hasn't changed for most of the night. They've run a pretty smart race. Dustin Loynes in sixth. Dylan Ackert doing a really good job, qualified 15th, got himself up to 7th. Michael Churchma in 8th. Dan Bailey in 9th. John Pansula, who had a little bit of trouble early tonight, managing to get into the top 10 right now. Dustin Lee in 11th place. Brandon Monsivais having a little bit of trouble also, but started 22nd and is up to 12th place. Gordon Burke, 13th right now. Dominique Dyball, she had a little bit of trouble as well. Got herself up to 14th right now. Joel Wood in 15th. Salicardi there after that last incident, back to 16th place. Dale Atkins in 17th. Damon Gilbert in 18th. Patrick Scahill in 19th. And rounding out the field now with all the cars left on the track in 20th is Charles Stark. But those 20 cars are on the lead lap. And Aaron, we've got a really good one on our hands tonight. And again, we're going to restart this thing with basically a sprint race left tonight for the money.
Yep, you're going to see a scramble at the front, you're going to see a scramble at the back. We've got 20 cars left on the lead lap, and 18 of those spots pay cash. So 2 of those guys are going to be going home empty-handed. So you're going to see a good scramble at the back of the field. And this is This is going to be good. I'm excited for this. I think we're going to have what is this going to be, a 24, 25 lap shootout? And no more pit strategy from here on out. This is it. You got what you got.
Yeah, good point. You do got what you got, and the lights still on the pace car, and as they come down the front stretch here, right now everybody is going to go ahead and put her 2x2 with the lights are out now, and we're going to get ready to go back to racing here pretty quickly. Logan Clampett, I see here, is ready to get to bed, not feeling too hot tonight. You certainly can't tell by the way he's driving. Again, I hope I drive that well when I'm not feeling too good.
That's why he's going so fast, Sean. He just wants to get this over with so we can get with some rest.
Yes, and I can understand if several of our drivers in the field tonight are a little bit tired. I'm coming off a Rolex 24 where I've been up basically for the past couple of days. Didn't get very much sleep, and I'm sure many of these drivers in this field might have done the same, might not have gotten much sleep this weekend because they were watching that great event. But we are getting ready to go back to a green flag here, Aaron, and we keep talking about this sprint race. We're going to go across the line here to restart this thing at lap 77, so it's anybody's race to win. Can they get to Clampett? Can they get around him? Nathan Sedlak is certainly going to try his best here. He knows what Logan's going to do as soon as that pace car comes in. And they're coming off of 4, getting ready to go green here. Pace car setting up, getting ready to go in. It's on the wall. And coming out of 4. You know what? I am in replay. That's horrible. Yes, okay. So here we go. Logan Clampett back out in the front of the field here. And he has moved away from everybody. Just almost a second already ahead of Nathan Sedlak. So Nathan didn't quite get that jump as well as he could have, but again, he's having that little battle here with Ryan Borges and David Wank as they just follow behind him here. David Wank lagging back a little bit, but Ryan trying to make a move on Nathan. Nathan, though, knows the way around this track and has done a good job of holding down that second place, Aaron.
I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Ryan Borges is a very fast driver. And as the 08 slaps off the wall, coming off the 4, he is up to that 3rd spot and breathing down the neck of Nathan Sedlak. It'd be really interesting to see if he could get around Sedlak, to see if he would have anything for Clampett, because he's been in the top 5, he's been in the top 6 all race. He hasn't had the long green flag runs he's probably needed to really show what he has, but nonetheless, he has scraped and clawed his way up to 3rd, and he's just 1 spot away from getting a look at Clampett.
Yes, he is, but Nathan Sedlak has just somehow managed to hold on to that 2nd spot all night, and is not easy to get around himself. Nathan does a really good job of getting into those turns. More importantly, does a nice job of getting a run off of those turns. And they're both equally as important. And Ryan is going to have a really, really tough time making that ground up. And David Wank now got that spot and trying to work on Ryan Borges.
There's a wreck. We got a wreck going into turn 3. No yellow yet. They're down in the grass.
And the yellow is out. Yep, the yellow's out. Who do we have back there, Aaron?
I'm checking it out right now. Just a moment earlier, we were talking about how there's going to be racing all over. They were 3 wide for that 18th spot. It looks like Dale Atkins in the 95 car with heavy damage from that, but that's not where it started. It looks like it started up ahead of him with the... I'm checking right now.
Yeah, well...
The 39, I'm sorry, Sal. It looks like Sal got loose. Made something broke on that car.
Well, something happened to Sal there on that last caution flag, and the replay is up, and I'm watching this now here. Sal,
is there oil on the racetrack? Looks like a few cars get loose.
Yeah, Sal just Sal lost it coming off the turn there, and down to the inside, and then the 37 got collected in that, and he came down, and when the 37 came down, and he got hit, and that was just ugly. That's really unfortunate the booth decided to go ahead and throw the flag, the caution flag on that. It was probably a really good call, but
Definitely a good call.
yeah, Salicardi with heavy damage on that machine. He's definitely going to need to come in and get that thing fixed. Tough break for Sal. Spent most of the night up in the top 10 and gets into a little trouble here in the last third of the race, and that's going to be really tough for him to make that up. But we do have another caution flag here. We're going to start this race with less than 20 laps left, and you're going to see some guys going pretty hard. And I'm watching here, had a couple of leaders fake going in, and it does look like most of the field coming down on pit lane. So
it's got to be for tires, because they definitely have enough fuel. This is actually quite a surprise. I thought you had what you had, but looks like a lot of these guys think, hey, Logan's fast. We got to do something. We got to take a swing at it.
Yeah, and Clampett stayed out, and so that's going to move Dustin Loynes up, and just behind Dustin, you got John Pansula. Again, Pansula, tough break early in the race, but manages to get himself up in third place on what could potentially be the last restart. So really, really good move by some of these guys. I'm scratching my head a little bit on what some of these other guys were thinking about going in, but hey.
I think we're going to see a real scramble here on the start, though.
I think you're absolutely right, yeah, and as I see, Dale Adkins has disconnected from the server, so might have been out of fast repairs, might have just decided that it was too much damage to continue on, so we fall to 19 cars left on the lead lap here, and we're going to have a pretty good sprint to the finish here, but a lot of guys made a position. I mean, Joel Wood is now up in fourth place, and we've just, John Pansula making his way up front here, and now in third place. Dustin Loynes in second. Logan Clamp is still our leader, but a lot of these guys that have been up in this front pack, these front 10 here for most of the race, have now shuffled back, and they're going to have a lot of work ahead of them to get up through this field with what could be a little more than 15 laps to go when we restart this thing, Aaron.
Yep, I think a lot of these guys, it was in the game plan from the beginning. I've been talking about strategy up until the last pit stop. I thought that might be it for it, but it's just these guys didn't want to show their hand too early, and now it's less than 20 to go. This is it. This is when you have to make your stand. If you're going to stay out, if you're going to take two, or whatever your decision may be, this is the time you have to do it, and this is going to make for a wild restart.
Yes, it is. And as we come across the line here and the field reshuffles, we've got Logan Clampett, your leader. We'll go through the top 10 real quick. Dustin Loynes in second. John Pansula in third. Joel Wood coming up towards the front here in fourth place. Patrick Scahill in fifth. Brandon Monsivias is back in this thing in sixth place. Ryan Borges is back in this race in seventh. Nathan Sedlak holds on to that second place spot all night and is now back to eighth. Nathan got a lot of work to do with David Wenk right behind him in ninth, and Nicholas Doucette, who also had made his way up into the top five, now 10th place. And Salicardi been shuffled all the way back to 18th place and now is the last car on the lead lap. So Gordon Burke, I'm showing a lap down right now in 19th place, and Dale Atkins, who we do now know is gone from the server, that will put Gordon Burke, the last car in the field here, down to 19. But again, an amazing run for these guys tonight to still have 19 cars running at a very tough track. The attrition hasn't been bad at all tonight, Aaron.
No, only I believe it's 4 cars behind the walls tonight out of 23. It's been very, very great racing all around the speedway. On this restart, what you want to keep your eye on is going to be row number 4. That's Ryan Borges and Nathan Sedlak. Ryan got out ahead of Nathan out of the pits. That's how he got that spot there. Those are the cars that were running second and third before this caution came out. Dustin Loynes, John Pansula, Joel Wood, Patrick Scahill, and Brandon Cruz, they all stayed out. So they got the track position. They are there. Second place money isn't as good as first place money, but they're giving it a shot. So watch that row number 4. Those guys, we know they're fast, and we know there's not many laps left. That's where the action is going to start.
Yeah, Well, it is real interesting now because we've got a group of guys up here with Logan Clampett that haven't been up here tonight. Okay, these front 6 cars haven't really run up here much with Logan, so it will be interesting to see how they react to Logan's start. These guys are they going to be right there with him, Aaron? What do you think?
I say advantage to Clampett. He's been almost perfect all night, even amongst the guys who have been right there next to him, getting to anticipate him. These guys, they've been farther in the back. Maybe we've got a restart specialist up here that I don't know about, but I really think Clampett is going to use this to his advantage. He's going to jump out to a big lead, and I think it's just chaos behind him.
Yeah, and that chaos could really we're going to restart this thing with 15 laps to go, and hopefully we can do this under a green flag. If we do get another caution flag, you're still going to get back out here for another chance to restart this thing and finish it green, but it could really ruin a lot of guys' nights right now with another caution flag at this point, because you're just not going to have enough time to get back through the field here as we come into turn 4 right now.
I call 3 wide before turn 3.
Well, you know what? You very well could be right. These guys are going to bunch up quick. They know they don't have much time left to get this thing done. We come out of turn 4. The lights are off. The pace car is getting ready to go back in here on the Brickyard 250. Logan Clampett on the inside, our leader, been our leader all night, and he gets away from the field. Nice start, another nice start by Logan Clampett. Don't think these guys were too ready for it, although Dustin Loynes got a pretty nice start and actually is not that far away from him and is actually making up a little bit of ground now as they go in through turn 1, heading over to turn 2. Does look like Dustin might have a little bit something for him.
We got a crash in the back.
We've got a crash in the back.
Dominique Dieball, green. We're still in the green. She went around by herself, and I believe she's going to be out of the racing groove.
Okay, well, yes, we're still green flag, and Logan Clampett heads into turn 3 here and has started to pull away. So, unfortunately, that early charge by Dustin Loynes didn't quite work out, and I thought he had made up some ground there and was actually going to get close to him, but has fallen back just a bit. So, Logan Clampett going to come back around here. Your leader, lap 86 and 14 laps to go, people. This is going to be a nice, interesting race to the finish here. Again, Logan in first, Dustin Loynes in that second spot. Good move by him to stay out at this point. Joel Wood in third, John Pansula up to fourth, getting that position on Patrick Scahill. Ryan Borges falling back just a little bit in 6th place. Nice little battle going on back there. And the yellow flag is out, Aaron. Yellow flag is out. That came from the booth, Aaron.
Apparently, race control saw something out there. I'm not sure if it was debris. Taking a look.
Yeah, I think everybody up front here was pretty surprised too, as it looks like most of them, nobody checked up too quick or anything. Your top 5, top 6 cars were all in good shape, so it wasn't anybody up front here. They were actually starting to spread out, make a nice run. I see we've got a couple of cars in the pit lane here. Colton Burke's in, Gordon Burke's in, but your leader remains Logan Clampett here. And again, we're gonna Dominique Dieball did come into the pit and is still in the pit right now. Yeah, that's a tough break, but we're going to restart this thing, and we're going to have a chance to go green to the finish, and that's really all you can really hope for and expect with these races. Again, this is a very challenging track. These guys have raced really hard, really close all night, and I expect that the end of this race won't be much different. You're going to see some hard racing. You'll probably see him go 3 wide again, as you predicted. So it is still anyone's race to win. There's no guarantee that Clampett can win this thing. Yellow flag does not benefit him at all. There's always chance of a mistake or just finding trouble. This is an easy track to find trouble on. Logan did a great job of avoiding that tonight, but he looks like he's going to have to fight through one more restart to guarantee a win, Aaron.
Yeah, and you're starting to see the different strategies play out for different drivers. Ryan Borges, he managed to get up to 4th there in that scuffle. Nathan Sedlak, he didn't manage to make up as much. He's only up to 7th. I think the big loser there Brandon Cruz Montesives. I'm sorry, Montesaveas. He fell from about somewhere near the top 5 all the way down to about 10th or 12th. So staying out, he took a shot, but did not pay off for him, and now he's going to be mired back in traffic.
Well, it has worked out for Dustin Loynes and Joel Wood, as they do keep those spots up there towards the front of the field. And, again, Dustin Loynes, not a bad restart there, was able to stay close to Logan for a little bit there, and then Logan started to pull away. But, if he can pull it off again, all you have to do is get around him. Easy for me to say. But if you can get around him, you got a shot, and again, Dustin and Joel deciding to stay out at that last caution could pay off for him. Could have been some really good money tonight. And hey, let's face it, that's the goal here. You're running a Sunday night money race. Let's win some money and let's put as much in our pocket as we can. And that decision again by Dustin and Joel to stay out could prove beneficial to their pocket by the time this thing is over, Aaron.
Oh, definitely. Like I was saying earlier, it was pretty obvious that Logan had a dominant car, but each spot pays more money. So if second place is the best you can get that night, get second place. That's your silver medal for the evening. And as for passing them, I don't know if we need to pass him. We just need to get to his rear bumper and see what happens there.
Yeah, good point. And, again, we've seen a great race tonight. I think we're going to see a great finish here. We're going to start this thing with about 10 laps left to go. And, again, anything can happen. Anything probably will happen. Hopefully we won't get another caution. But if we do, you could still get a chance to go green in here. Just depends on when it happens and if it happens. But a lot of good drivers up here. Some drivers gambled, made a good decision here, and are now up in the top 5. Some of these guys that were in the top 5 for most of the race have got a little bit of work to do. Michael Churchma, Nicholas Doucette, they've got some work to do. Brandon Montesaveas has got some work to do to get back up there. Dustin Lee has got some work to do. But again, we've seen a great race. John Pansula, after being all the way back up front there, now shuffled back to 14th. Obviously, he's got a lot of work to do. Not a lot of time left to do it. That's the problem. So, we We are back and we are live here on LSRTV from Indianapolis Motor Speedway here in the Brickyard 250 with the Online Racing Association tonight and Sunday Night Money Race. The lights are out on the pace car. Our leader has been our leader most of the evening tonight. Logan Clampett leads the field around. Dustin Loynes on the outside of him here, row 1. Joel Wood waiting there in 3rd place. Ryan Borges in 4th, David Wank in 5th, Nathan Sedlak in 6th. As we come out of turn 4, the pace car getting ready to come in. We're getting ready to go live here for about 9 more laps, or 10 laps actually, to finish this race. We're going to have a 10-lap shootout to the money here, people. Get ready to go. Pass it into your seats here. Get that popcorn ready, as they would say. And here we go. The pace car is in. Clampett getting ready to jump on the pedal here. And here he goes. Clampett is off, and Dustin Loynes, a little late to the pedal there, but he is not letting him get too far away. Dustin Loynes kind of trying to rein him in. Clampett not getting off too fast. Loynes trying to get there, but just doesn't look like he has enough or the line to get there. Logan Clampett's going to come back around here and be your leader here. Lap 92 getting ready to start. Logan Clampett, your leader. Dustin Loynes in 2nd. Joel Wood in 3rd. Ryan Borges in 4th. And David Wank in 5th. Aaron, how we doing back there?
Oh, we were 3 wide for about 8th, 9th attempt just for a moment, and oh man, they were very, very tight. David Wink and Nick were inside each other's fender wells as they came off of turn 2 right there.
That was Michael Churchman, and he did a really good job of saving that car, but he lost a lot of positions. He's falling back quick, and now we see some cars getting to the inside of him there. That looks like the 50 car of Dustin Lee making up some ground there on Michael Churchman. Michael just can't seem to get off of that high line. Ooh, and he did. Oh man, Michael Churchman come right down across Monsiváis, and
Charles Stark's inside wall.
Oh man, and the yellow is back out. Well, that's
that car. Charles Stark's hard into the inside retaining wall, right pit road entry.
Yeah.
That's going to set up quite a little shootout.
Yes, it is, because we're going to start this thing with about 5 laps left to go. Tough break for Charles Starks there. Was just trying to make up ground. Was the last car on the lead lap there, and as we look at the replay here, it just looks like got a little bit of that fence, caught a little bit of the fence, and then and it just didn't work out real well for him as he came across the start finish line here and heads into 1. See, trying to catch up with it now. Not sure exactly. Looks like maybe there was a little bit of contact there. He had to check up as that trouble in front there, and he had to check up, and then unfortunately just got a clip from behind a little bit there, and got that car out of shape. And here we go. Another yellow flag, but the 68 did the best he could. He just didn't. Damon Gilbert just didn't. Just had no choice. Again, he had nowhere to go, and that is unfortunate. But Charles Starks goes around and brings out another caution flag here, Aaron.
This is going to set up quite a shootout. If you look at the scoreboard right now, 3rd place, Ryan Borges. 4th place, Nathan Sedlak. They're back up. Dustin Loynes, he's been hanging on. He's been getting decent restarts, but now those drivers who were right behind Logan before the last little shuffle of positions, they're back. Ryan's going to be starting right behind him. They're only getting one more chance. That's it. This will be the last restart. So if you're going to make something happen going into 1, this is the time to do it.
And as I look at the time remaining here in the event, the race is only set for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I don't think it'll be a factor, but it could be. Now I've seen some of these here end on time expiring, but as we go just past, we're actually now past 2 hours. I think we're at about 2:04 right now. Again, I don't think it'll come into play here, but these caution laps, they take about almost 2 minutes to get all the way around. So I don't know. I guess it could happen, but certainly if we get another caution flag, it probably could happen. But again, we're going to restart this race with less than 5 laps to go, so I think we're in good shape. Don't think it'll be much of an issue as they again just came across. It was lap 95, so we'll have less than maybe 3 laps. So maybe we'll get like a green-white checker here as. Yep, and so it's been an interesting night. I mean, that was the 10th caution flag. Been 2 lead changes. Again, Logan Clampett's been all over it tonight, and this has been a great race. Now we're down to 15 cars up on the lead lap. I see Sal Liccardi just got a wave around. Yeah, got past the pace car there, and so he'll get back on the lead lap. And he was the first car a lap down, so he is getting that lucky dog. We're going to have a pretty good race here for the top 15, 16 cars. Logan Clampett will probably get away like he has all night, as long as he can keep doing what he's been doing. But Dustin Loynes, Dustin Loynes made that move a couple of laps ago to stay out, or a couple of caution flags ago to stay out, Aaron, and it's paid off. And Dustin Loynes is sitting in 2nd place right now. And of all those cars that did stay out, Dustin Loynes proves to be the one who made the best decision, because again, he is sitting in 2nd place. Stands to either win this thing or at least take home 2nd place money if he can just keep the car up there.
I think he's going to have his hands full. He's been doing good on the restarts, but on each and every one of these past couple of restarts, he's had other cars that stayed out starting behind him. Now he's got the 32 and the 35 breathing down his neck. These cars have fresh tires, and these cars were fast even beforehand. I think he is going to really have his hands full trying to keep either one of them, if not both of them, behind him. It's going to be a scramble. I think again Logan's going to have a big advantage because the 40 car is going to be a pick to some degree. But if I had to put my money on anyone, of course it's going to be Clampett right now. But I really think that 32 car is going to mix it up. Keep your eye on Borges.
And I will. Dustin's best bet is going to keep that car low, stay in that inside fast line there. If he even shows the slightest hint of drifting up the track, I'm sure Borges will jump all over that. The lights are still on the pace car, and we just went across lap 96, so we're going to get a green-white checker here, basically. I don't know if this league, if they will hold the yellow or have them race it out, but at this point, we are going to get a chance to restart this race and finish it under green flag. If unfortunately we get another yellow flag, then that'll probably be it this race, or it will be it, because there just won't be enough laps left to finish this thing out. But we've seen a great race tonight, and again, Dustin Loynes looks to be right now the benefactor of a really, really smart decision a couple of caution flags ago and staying out. And I don't want to give up on Joel Wood here. Joel Wood's still got a chance sitting back here in 6th place, but the top 10 has shaken up just a bit, but Ryan Borges and Nathan Sedlak and David Wenk have all seemed to make their way back to the front, Aaron.
I think any one of these cars in the top 10 still have a shot, depending on how crazy of a restart we have right here. Again, Logan has just been perfect all night. 10 cautions plus the start of the race. He's basically 11 for 11 on getting that car out front. If he makes a mistake, the 32 and 35 are going to be all over him, and the 40 is going to be around him. So if there's a melee up front, a car running 7th, 8th, 10th might come out of the smoke pile up front. But we're hoping it doesn't turn into that. We're hoping it's a good, clean finish, an exciting finish. But, you got to be realistic. Anything could happen. This is the last restart. This is for the CORA Sunday money. A lot is riding on this right here.
Yes, it is, Aaron. A lot is riding on this tonight. And again, as we keep talking about, there is money at stake tonight here in the Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Money Series. Race number 13, the Brickyard 250, is now coming to a close. 100 laps almost in the books here. Our sponsors, I think, are getting their money's worth tonight. Hurley Property Management, Small Town Computers, Bark Competition Karting. I think they're seeing a good one here tonight, and I have every expectation that we're going to see an exciting finish. And, Dustin Loynes, he's got the experience of one start now with Logan Clampett, and I don't think Dustin's going to let him run away. Dustin's got just as good a chance to win this thing as anybody. He's proven he's been able to stay close on the restart, so we're about to find out how that's going to work out for him here as we start setting up to restart this race. We're going to come out of here. Turn 4 is coming up here, and we're getting ready to go green here again. This is going to be an exciting start as we'll come across the stripe like 98. We will see a green-white checker, people. And, this is, again, it's all led up to this moment. We've almost got 100 laps in the books. It's been a long race. It's been an exciting race, but the pace car is off, and Logan Clampett is our leader and has not got on it yet, but gets on it now. And does get the jump, but Dustin does manage to keep it close. We are checking in here, though, and Ryan Borges got a nice start, but not good enough to get in front of Dustin, so Dustin does hold on to that second spot. Ryan Borges doing all he can to hold Nathan Sedlak off right now. And in the 20 car, David Wenk also trying to get up in there, but Logan Clampett got just far away enough that it does look like he'd stay out there, and it doesn't look like he's going to have much trouble holding off Dustin Loynes at this point. I guess the big question is going to be, can Dustin keep that car in second place as we see Nathan Sedlak making a move on Ryan Borges coming into turn 3, and he makes that move, takes that position. Nathan Sedlak up to third as they come down the front stretch, and nice move there. He does take third, looking at a podium finish, but Dustin Loynes holding on to second. Is Sedlak going to be able to get to him to complete a pass and possibly get a second place in this race, Aaron? How's it looking back there right now?
It is a mad scramble with just a lap and a half to go. Basically, if you're on the track right now, you're in the top 18, you're in the money. So now, hey, you've got nothing to lose. You're going to get cash. Just go for it. And that's what everybody is doing. All race, it's been great racing, and these guys are not disappointing us for an awesome finish.
Well, big development up here. Dustin had a little bit of trouble coming off the turn, got some of the fence, and has now slid back. Does look like a podium finish won't be possible for Dustin now. That is a shame. Really nice run by him. We're coming down across the front stretch here and across the start finish line. Logan Clampett is your leader. Dustin Loynes falls all the way back to 7th. Nathan Sedlak, though, into that second spot. The white flag has dropped, and Ryan Borges there in 3rd place. David Wenken 4th, and Nicholas Doucette in 5th. It's amazing as they've all gotten back up to where they were here previously, going 3 wide down the back stretch. The 51 of Nicholas Doucette takes it there to the inside.
Oh, this is going to be trouble.
This
is going to be trouble, Sean.
Oh, and they do minute. Doucette backed off a little bit. Here comes another car there into the mix. Dustin Loynes making a move.
Wow, where did he come from?
Yeah, where did he come from? He's made a great move there to get by those 2 cars. And Dylan Acker just in front of him. Oh, a little bit of contact there as they come across the stripe. And there you go. Your winner.
What a great
tonight.
finish.
Yeah, what a great finish. Logan Clampett, your winner. But Dustin Loynes, again, doing a great job to kind of actually salvage that and get back up there. And does look like he finishes 7th place tonight. But Logan Clampett, again, your leader and winner of this race, was really the class of the field tonight. And Nathan Sedlak coming home in 2nd. David Wenken 3rd. Really, really great race tonight we saw here. And that podium is going to be an exciting one tonight. Again, Logan Clampett, just really the class of the field tonight. I can't say enough about Nathan Sedlak. Manages to stay in 2nd most of the night and then gets in a little bit of trouble there and manages to get it back here in the closing laps of the race. But we saw a real good one. Okay. Sounds really good. And just real quickly here, okay, and we're going to take a quick commercial, and we're getting everybody set up for interviews. We'll do a quick field rundown for you here when we come back. We're going right to commercial here. The Brickyard 250 just completed here with LSRTV. We'll head to commercial. We'll see you in a few minutes. And welcome back to the Sunday Night Money Series here on LSRTV with the Championship Online Racing Association. We're just wrapping up the Brickyard 250 here and want to talk to our 3rd place finisher tonight, Nathan Sedlak at the number 35. Great run for you there, Nathan. Really good evening.
Yes, sir. I think we took home a second tonight, but
You did. Yes,
teammate
sir.
there
You
in
took home
third, but that's
second
okay.
place. Yeah, second place. Great run. And hey, listen, you managed to, stay up there most of the night, and then you had a little bit of trouble there late, and then you got it back.
Yeah, we were hoping for a green flag run there at the end after we pitted. We knew we had fresher tires there and we'd be fine. I didn't think it'd be quite that difficult to make it back up through there. That was more than I bargained for, that's for sure. But able to make it up there back to second, I was getting a little bit irritated there coming back through because I'd run so good all night long, and then I hated to lose it there at the end.
Yeah, but the point is you got it back, and you're on the podium. I got to ask you, though, did you have anything for Clampett?
No, not at all. There was nothing I could do. I tried tape. I tried different things, but there was really nothing I could do with him. Pretty incredible resources that he has over there with his team, and good job by them. And what those guys do and, what he does on a daily basis is pretty amazing. I only wish I could do half of what they do, with the A Open racing and things that they do. It's pretty awesome. So good resources and all that. But, yeah, nothing I could do to get up there with him.
Well, truly a great run for you tonight. Really happy to see you pull away a second. You're going home with money in your pocket, buddy. That can't be a bad thing, right?
Yes, sir. That's what we wanted, and second's a good one. It pays out pretty good. Doing good in the points. Hoping to get a win there again tonight, and get ready for the chase later on this year. But was unable to do it. Logan had a good run again, but it's good to come home with second.
Yeah, and it looks like second will keep you up there in the lead in the points. So great job for you tonight. Real quickly, you want to give a shout out to any of your sponsors?
Oh, shout out to Storm Motorsports, Narin, David Wink, Michael Churchma, Ryan Borges. We all work together this week. Don Stevenson still helping us out, doing a lot for us. Eric Sharp, all the guys at CORA, the job they put on, all the racers in here. Good job tonight with what we did, and LSRTV for sure, always.
Well, hey, we thank you very much. We're going to get on to our next interview here. But again, great race. Congratulations on the money tonight and keeping yourself at the top of the points. All right, and let's head on over to our next interview here. It looks like I believe we're going to have David Wink coming in. Get a quick interview with him here. Aaron, go ahead and talk to David real quick.
David, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The team did very, very well tonight. Third place on the podium. That has to feel pretty good after what was a very, very intense and pretty dramatic finish.
Yeah, it feels very, very good. We had a solid car all night. I knew it definitely was a top 5 in terms of speed. Really early in practice, I knew we had nothing for Logan, but we figured something might happen. But I'm very happy with that third place finish tonight.
What do you think was your defining moment? We didn't see a lot of you up front, or at least early on in the event. There was a few different scrambles are going on mid pack, in the back, in the front. What do you think was the moment that really made this third place possible for you?
Last lap, going into 3 wide, definitely. Most of the race, I was just trying to save my equipment as much as possible because if you hit the wall here, you're in for a long haul.
Definitely. Those long straightaways, you can't afford to be giving up the arrow. Now, looking back over the event, if there's one thing you could have done differently, what do you think you would have done?
I really don't know. I mean, you can't argue with third place. Maybe before that last caution, checking up so much, it really hurt my teammate in the 88 and led a domino effect for him. That would really be the only thing I'll change in the whole race.
Well, definitely third place is something to be proud of. It's a good finish. It's good payout. Do you have any sponsors or anybody you'd like to say thank you to?
I got to give first and foremost a shout out to Storm Motorsports, my team, my teammates Nathan Sedlak, Ryan Borges, Don Stevenson helping out with the set, Michael Churchman also helping out with the set this week. We had a solid set tonight, and unfortunately it didn't go away for some of us, but we can't argue with the results too much. Got to give a big shout out to them.
No, Dave, you did an excellent job tonight. I gotta say, it was a pleasure to watch this event and get to commentate over it. I never thought it would be so much fun to do one of these events. The CORA Sunday Monday puts on some excellent racing, and it was really great to see all of you guys out there battling it out for everything. And congratulations, third place is difficult and quite the achievement. We're going to toss it back over to Sean, who's going to give us the final rundown of the event now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Logan couldn't stay with us here to the end. We did talk about him not feeling too hot in the car, so Mr. Clampett has checked out for the evening. But congratulations to Logan Clampett on pretty much going wire to wire in this thing. He led 98 laps tonight and is your winner. Takes home the big money. As we heard already, nobody really had anything for him. It looks like he really had that setup dialed in. But let's run down the field here as we look at the final results here. Logan Clampett was your winner, led 98 laps, had the fastest time of the night, so I guess that's not any big surprise of 47.850. So I had really good race pace all night. In second place, in the number 35, Nathan Sedlak. In third, number 20, David Wenk. In fourth, Dylan Ackert. In fifth, Ryan Borges in the number 32. In sixth, number 51, Nicholas Doucette. Kind of hovered around that spot all night. In seventh, Dustin Loins. Great finish for him. Good idea to stay out when he did. In eighth, Joel Wood. In ninth, Michael Churchman, kind of moving down the field a little bit after being in the top five a lot of the night. In 10th place, Dustin Lee. Aaron, take the next 10 for us.
11th place tonight was the 01 car of John Pansula, finishing 12th, the 60 of Patrick Scahill. The 54 car of Brendan Cruz finished 13th, and the 08 of Dan Bailey came home in 14th. Sal or Accardi in the 39, after a strong early part of the race, ended up in some late race trouble. He would come home in 15th. The 68 of Damon Gilbert, we saw him involved in a couple of late race melees. Hurt his chances for any sort of solid finish. He came home 16th, last car on the lead lap. In 17th, Dominic Dyball. She finished one lap down. And your last money position went to the 99 of Charles Starks. He also had a rough event, involved in a couple of incidents, ended up finishing 8 laps down. 19th place went to Gordon Burke, 20 laps off the pace. And 20th went to Dale Adkins, finishing 21 laps down. 21st place was the 00 car of James Brown. He was 53 laps down. 22nd place, Colton Burke, 65 laps down. And rounding out the field, the 13 car of Stanley Kelly was the first car behind the wall, only completing 14 laps, finishing 86 laps down.
Well, thanks a lot, Aaron. We appreciate that. And, we saw 100 laps tonight, 10 caution flags, 40 of those laps were run under caution. Lead only changed hands twice, and it wasn't for long. As we said, Logan Clampett, 98 laps led tonight. But any final thoughts for us tonight, Aaron, before we check out of this thing?
Well, I'm really hoping that in the future I could have more Sundays off to at least be able to watch these events. I've been wanting to watch a CORA race. I've just had to work for the last few months every Sunday. And, this racing was great. It was exciting. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the second half of their season because I do believe this is the halfway point right now.
Well, it was a pleasure having you in the booth with me tonight here, Aaron, and we really appreciate you getting here on with us tonight. I want to again thank our sponsors, Hurley Property Management, Small Town Computers, iRacing.com, who makes this all happen, brings this great racing to us. TeamSpeak, your official communications provider here for LSRTV. Bark Competition Karting, an important part of this series. And if you want more information about the Champion Online Racing Association, find them at CORA-racing.com. Also, you can find them on Facebook at the same extension. Right now, I'm showing our next race for LSRTV is Sunday, February the 8th, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming to you from Michigan International Speedway, race 14 in the Chevrolet Silverados. It's going to be a fixed set. Should be an exciting race. Staying tonight to you here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We thank you for joining us here tonight in the Brickyard 250 with the Championship Online Racing Association here on LSRTV. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.